Hi everyone, welcome to day number 9 of the 14-day stress detox. I am excited to be in our second week together, and I'm excited to share some tips on how we manage our stress. So today I wanted to kind of talk about how it's very interesting in our world how we all seem to be rushing from point A to point B pretty constantly. We're all very important people, schedules and lives committed, overscheduled, right? And it's hard to it's hard to exist in any other way. It's kind of the status quo of many of the social groups that we're a part of. And with this being the case, so many people are walking around on edge, kind of wound so tightly, their patience, so like a tight string of a guitar. One pluck, they're going to snap, break. An unplanned situation like a flat tire would literally send you for a tailspin because we don't have any time or space really in our schedules to manage those kind of things. And a joyful, happy experience of life, a fulfilled experience of life, is only about 25% of what you're doing, and 75% is who you're being. And the more stress levels rise, the more that we don't have access to the resources to manage all the ebb and flow that life sends us. And it also rising and steady increased levels of stress attack our immune system as well. And in order to have the peace and happiness we desire, we need our bodies to be in good working condition so that we can continue striving and thriving as we move forward in life. Have you ever noticed that when you have 1,000 things seemingly happening at once, you may be quicker to snap at someone when they ask you something? I certainly have. And when our stress levels increase, our focus becomes a bit more tunnel visioned. We are just trying to survive the present circumstances. We also tend to miss out on a lot of opportunities from this place because our current bandwidth feels so stretched, so thin, that we either don't see the opportunity or we can't imagine adding yet another thing onto our plates, no matter how promising or good it might appear to us. I know. Another response to stress that hinders us from experiencing the healthy, high-vibing life of our dreams, and maybe the body of our dreams, is mindless eating or emotional eating. You've probably even heard the term or used it yourself, stress eating. And even when certain circumstances might not seem like they should be stressful, they can still elicit that response in our body. Our bodies have two main responses, the stress response and the relaxation response. We're either experiencing one or the other, and they can't be happening at the same time. Does that make sense? It might not seem like it, but you're constantly, if you're constantly eating on the go, multitasking during the meal, engaging in gossip, or watching the dismal news, or even watching your favorite series, if it's a very high stress-inducing, edge of your seat, or emotional. These are all ways in which we feed the stress response. And if we're eating quickly and mindlessly, we're less likely to be present for the pleasure of the food that we're seeking, and it can make it more difficult to notice or respond to the body's cues of satiety. So let's talk really quickly about the connection between stress and metabolism. The autonomic nervous system is responsible for digestive activity. There's two branches, and I believe Kate shared these in her last video. It's the parasympathetic and the sympathetic nervous system. The optimal state for digestion happens during the time that the parasympathetic, known as that rest and digest response, is on. The other is the fight or flight. The sympathetic is the shit, a lion's coming for us, we gotta go. So when you're stressed out, when the sympathetic nervous system is on, blood is outside of the belly, it's to the limbs for fast response, get the hell out, lion's coming, or for fighting, if you think you can take down the lion, right? But it's not going to digestion. So the secret to managing our reactions to stress, keeping our immune systems healthy and thriving, avoiding stress eating, optimally digesting and using the nutrients that we do mindfully nourish our bodies with, we want to relax. That's the way. Where our attention goes, energy flows. And when we are able to take a step back, take a deep breath, and stimulate relaxation, it helps us cultivate awareness. And we can then make intentional decisions and move into an optimal healing state. So the great thing is that you can actually kind of trick your mind, trick your body into assuming it's relaxed. There isn't anything to be stressed about. And I'm going to teach you a great breathing technique. It's a shortcut to shut down that sympathetic nervous system, that fight or flight, and put your body into fuel up that parasympathetic nervous system, put your body into that state of rest and digest. And this is the 5-5-7 breathing exercise. It's very simple, and it is amazing how quickly it works if you give yourself the opportunity. A couple minutes is all you need at any given time. And I'll demonstrate for you now, and we can do it together. It's counting in a breath in for 5 counts, holding that breath for 5 counts, releasing it a little slower for 7 counts. So we're going to breathe in, hold, and release. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we can do it silently once together. Take your breath in, hold, and release. If you repeat that 10 times, it's just about 2 minutes, and it forces your breath into a calmer state, and it actually does trick your body into thinking, there's nothing, what am I stressing about? We're obviously relaxed. So that's a really wonderful tip for you to take forward. And when you're feeling stress, when you feel like you're that just going from point A to point B, and certainly when you have to fit in nourishing your body somewhere in there, that's a wonderful time to practice this, so that then you can switch on that parasympathetic rest and digest response. You can take in the nutrients, let your body utilize it and be refreshed. Remember, it's 75% who we're being, and this helps us be in a state of relaxation. 5-5-7 breath. So today, your action item, now that you've become aware of what your key stressor is and what the symptoms are from Kate's previous videos, now you know when you experience stress. And when you experience that stress, try out and practice the 5-5-7 breath. I think you'll really appreciate it. This is Nicole signing off for day 9. I can't wait to see you guys again with Kate. Remember, our final live is on Sunday, September 23rd together, 8:30 a.m. Pacific time, 11:30 a.m. Eastern time. Be well.